Hey guys, it's game on time for the Good Stuff Challenge. This video is going to hopefully explain the basics of how the challenge is going to work, as well as why we created it and what I hope you guys will get out of it. The end of the year is typically, under normal circumstances, a time when things can feel a little bit out of control with the holidays and all sorts of stuff that goes on. But then this year, especially, there's so much extra stress, I feel, and so much extra pressure and so many extra concerns that we really just need something to help us finish this year strong and to help us find the good things to focus on. So that's what the challenge is all about. How it works is you're going to collect points in 3 different categories every single day. So the 3 categories are nutrition, training, and mindset. In the nutrition category, you're going to track the sets that you get each day of servings of vegetables, protein, and water. In the Bridge app, you're going to find videos that detail what a serving consists of and give you some ideas on that, as well as a written description. Now, inevitably, I know that I'm going to get questions about, okay, well, that's only veggies and protein and water. What about all the other stuff? What else am I allowed to have? Well, you're allowed to do anything you want. All I want you to keep track of is your veggies, protein, and water, at least as a starting point. Some of you have a little bit more nutrition experience and experience doing challenges like this than others. So if you find that you get through the first week and you're doing really, really well with getting all of your servings of veggies, protein, and water throughout the day, and you find that you want a little bit of extra guidance on that, or you want to take things to the next level, that's a conversation we can definitely have, and I'm happy to help with that. The other thing that I want to mention in terms of nutrition is I don't want you guys to feel like you're feeling guilty about anything that you're eating, or that you shouldn't admit to eating certain things. So you're going to have the opportunity to upload photos to keep track of your protein and your veggies and your water. So for example, let's say you're having a hamburger for dinner and the hamburger is going to get you your serving of protein, but you're worried if you take a photo and show me that the hamburger has a bun and came with a side of fries, that I might send you a nasty message in response. Well, I'm not going to do that. There's no guilt associated with this. So please understand, this is a judgment-free zone. Upload your photos, keep track, don't worry about overanalyzing it, and know that, like, hey, this can be, you can do as much or as little of this as feels supportive to you, but try to let go of feelings of guilt or feeling like you're not doing well enough, or yes, I know I'm keeping track of the good stuff, but I really should be eliminating things too. You don't have to worry about that. So the next category is going to be training, and your training category consists of 5 different choices. You'll have strength, endurance, mobility, variety, and a recovery day. You only get to check off 1 thing per day. So ideally, I would like to see that you get something for all 5 and then 2 bonus throughout the week. So maybe 2 strength, 2 endurance, and then 1 of the others for the other days. But, do as much or as little as feels supportive to you and just do your best with it. In the training category, there are also videos and descriptions uploaded that you can reference in the Bridge app. And finally, our last category is mindset. And in there, you'll see a daily gratitude that you want to list 3 things that you're grateful for, as well as 10 minutes of quiet time that you want to try to give yourself those 10 minutes of letting go of outside distractions and just calming your mind and getting centered every day. And then on a couple of the days, there's a bonus personal high five where you get to give yourself a shout out for something that's going awesome for you over the past couple of days. In this next section, I'm going to go over a little bit about how to use the Bridge app and kind of walk you through what a day would look like as you go through and check off all of the boxes in each of the categories. So I go to my Bridge app and I'm going to click my Game On Good Stuff. So I have a couple of other programs in here, but this is for the good stuff. So if you have other programs in your Bridge app, if your program is on there, just make sure every day you're going to have to also click on the good stuff So we click, and we're gonna start it. And I'd already started it, so that's okay. All right, so then you're gonna see your nutrition block. And under nutrition, I've got vegetables, protein, and water. So there's gonna be a description and a video reminder for each of these 3 categories, but basically what you wanna do, if I wanna upload my vegetables and say, okay, I did a set of vegetables for today, I've got one of my servings in here, I'm gonna go in, I clicked on the big drill down there, and then I go to this plus sign, and then I can take a video, I can leave a comment, or take a photo. So ideally, for your nutrition stuff, I want you guys to be able to take photos of that and upload it in here. And then, so let's say I did that, and then I can just check off, okay, I did my serving of vegetables. I would do the same thing for my protein and my water, taking photos. And then for your training, you're only gonna get one of these every day. So you shouldn't have a strength and an endurance and a mobility every day. One of these things every day, okay? And there's no reason why you can't have something every day, because one of the blocks is a recovery day. And there's gonna be, once again, in here, you can review a video that I've uploaded, or you could look at the cues that are in there. But so let's say I did a mobility session. So I'm gonna come in here, and once again, I'm gonna click my plus sign, and I wanna just leave a comment. So I can just type in here and say, oh, I did the mobility roll and recharge class on Facebook for my mobility work this week. If you've done, like for the strength, if you did a strength training session with us in person, we don't need you to make a comment on there. You can just check off that you did it, but you can leave as many comments as you want, whatever helps you stay on track. And then we have a gratitude, this is our mindset section. So gratitude times 3. Once again, I'm gonna click on this to get into the plus sign, where I can, in my notes section, just list 3 things that I'm grateful for. I wanna do that every day. Then I've got 10 minutes of quiet time, so I wanna upload, once again, a comment, or I could do a photo if I want to. So I'm gonna just, hey, oy, okay. That's helpful if I learn how to use the app. And then this one, you're not gonna have this one every day, but this is your bonus personal high 5. So again, I'm gonna click on here, and I'm gonna I could do a video or a comment or whatever, but just something to leave yourself a little personal shout out, to say something that you're excited that you've accomplished in the past few days, something that you're gonna give yourself credit for here. So then, all right, so let's say I did some things. I can always scroll back if I need to. So your 3 dots or your 4 dots here, these are gonna tell you how many blocks you have. So I can scroll back to nutrition, and let's say I did all these things, and I did all my waters. Oh, oops, I did all my water. Oops, resume, resume. Then I'm gonna scroll to my training, and let's say today I did an endurance class. And then I checked off that I did my gratitude and my quiet time. Let's say I gave myself my bonus personal high 5. So then it's gonna ask you, it thinks this is a workout, it's gonna ask you to rate it. And you could say, you know what, today was a really hard day for me to do all this stuff. So if it was really hard, I'm just gonna say, this is a pretty hard day for me to focus on all this good stuff. And I'll submit it once I'm done for the day. So you're probably gonna have to open this and close this a few times. It's gonna pop up with this RPE, rate of perceived exertion thing at the end. You don't need to worry about that because it's not really a training session. But then you'll see that it's checked off, that it's completed. And then what you're gonna need to do to let me know how many points you have is go to this little thing at the bottom. So this is a calendar, and this is like a little graph. These are messages, and this is your profile. So you're gonna need to go to the little graph thing, and you're gonna click on the day that you did. So let's say I did today, this was the one I just did, and you'll see it says volume is 13 out of 19 possible. So that's your daily total of points. When you come into the gym, if you're someone who comes into the gym for training, you can just show this to me on your phone for every day that you completed, and there's gonna be a chart in the gym that is tracking your points. If you're a remote member, what you need to do is just send me a screenshot of every day. This page, just take a screenshot of it so that I know how many points you got each day, and then I'll add you to the chart in the gym. So that's that. If I need to resume it for some reason, if I need to go back into it, I can just always go back in that way. And you see it takes me back to where I was. So if I forgot and I was like, oh, you know what? I did get that extra set of protein. Then I just go back out of it and I finish it when I'm ready to be finished. And that's that. So now you see it gave me extra points. Okay, so hopefully that explains this section of it, and I'm happy to answer questions if we need to. Okay, so you might have noticed there that I got 14 out of 19 points. Well, 14, or on the days that have the bonus high five, 15 would be the maximum amount of points that you can get. So don't worry if you're like, wait, it says there's 19 possible or 18 possible. It's only because there's a whole bunch of training things that you won't be collecting a point for on that particular day. So 14 or 15 would be the max. In terms of goals, you can use this challenge to get really specific with a goal that you want to achieve. So that might be maintaining weight throughout the challenge, from Thanksgiving till the new year, or you might have a weight loss goal that you want to keep, something that you want to stay on track with, or a new goal that you want to set. Or you might feel like, you know what, I just want to put in place some habits that I want to start the new year with. I want to start fresh with already having in place the habits of eating my vegetables and my proteins and getting a variety of training sessions in the week. But if there is something specific, and know that you don't have to. I want this to be supportive, but not make you feel overwhelmed. If there is something specific though that you want to accomplish throughout the challenge from beginning to end, if there's a goal you've got in mind, I would love to know what it is. So do me a favor and send me an email with what the goal is so that I can make sure as your coach, I'm helping you stay on track to reach that goal. Or if you have questions about what it takes to get there, we can have that conversation. In terms of communication, as you can see by going through that little demo of what you're gonna do on the app, I'm gonna get lots of messages and photos in the Bridge app. So if you do have a question that you wanna ask or something that you need help with, it's probably better that you don't ask it in the message section of the app. So if you're wondering, does this look big enough to count as a serving of veggies? A small question like that, I can probably answer. And I'm gonna be going through the messages and the photos every single day. It's just with the amount that's gonna be in there, I don't wanna miss a really big question. So if you do have something that you feel like, you know what, I have a whole bunch of things that I need to ask her, you can always email me, or if you're coming in person, we can always chat about it when you come in for training. The other thing about this challenge is that it's really, self-driven. So I want you to get the most out of it that makes sense for you. There are no meetings to attend, and I'm not going to be sending out necessarily mass amounts of email things to try to get you guys to do more or less. I really want it to be supportive for you in that you're doing as much or as little as feels right for you on a given day or a given week or whatever. So if you need additional support, don't hesitate to reach out, but also don't feel like, oh my gosh, I have to do all these overwhelming things. And, even if you've thought, I just want to use this and keep track of it as a gratitude journal, and I'm not really worried about the points, right? You can do what you want. If you need more support, reach out, but don't feel like there's not going to be meetings or anything else that you need to do. In terms of the points, there are going to be prizes that will be unlocked when you reach 250 points, 350 points, and 500 points. So as people get closer to those numbers, I will let you guys know what the prizes actually are. And I think hopefully I've covered just about everything in terms of the logistics and how it works. So finally, what I want to say is that I really just am so glad that we have the opportunity to connect on something like this, especially right now, when not only do we need each other's support so much and to feel connected, but it's really important to see a visible reminder of the good things that we can do to take care of ourselves. So a lot of times we don't give ourselves enough credit for the things that we are doing. You might find that you're actually doing some of these things already and that you're not even increasing anything. You're just already going, oh wow, I guess in my daily life I am getting enough protein, so that's great. So you can give yourself credit for the good stuff that you're doing. It's really important to do that because it's going to validate and give you reinforcement that you can see every day that you can do things to take care of you. Self-care doesn't have to be this like, well, I took a week vacation or I spent a day at the spa. I mean, those things are nice and that's a great way of self-care, but self-care can come in small daily actions that we do that show us that we are important. If I do the things I need to do to take care of me, just by simple ways of eating and exercising, I'm doing something to take care of me in mind, body, and spirit and reinforce that I matter. And that when you are giving yourself that opportunity to take care of you, you're living your best life, you're able to bring more to your interactions with other people and the world around you, and it just makes the world a better place. So self-care is not selfish, it's important. I'm really excited. I'm so happy you guys are joining us on this journey. Mwah! Just love you guys. And I can't wait to see all the super cool, amazing stuff you're gonna accomplish when you focus on the good stuff.